Notts County Talk back with another match preview. I'm excited for this one. It's our closest rivalry in the league, isn't it? It's Chesterfield, but it's on TV. The curse of the TV. I hope it doesn't strike again, but it's a worrying one, isn't it, when it's on TV. So yeah, it's a 20 past 5 kickoff. So make sure you don't turn up for a 3 o'clock kickoff
or a 5:30 kickoff. Massive game.
Huge. Biggest
game of the season. One I've been looking forward to.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Cameras there. Massive. So, let's look at the stats. Not 7th on 47 points. Chesterfield 21st on 34 points. Haven't played a game more. Means nothing for this, does it?
Nope.
Absolutely nothing. Any rivalry means nothing at all. League position. So, yeah, they're not doing that well. We're doing pretty well, but they won't be thinking about that when they come into this game. Last time we played them in the league, dreadful game, wasn't it? 1-0. Was that on telly as well?
Yeah,
absolutely dreadful game. That one, and then we went there in the FA Trophy and got the 1-0 win with Dennis to get us to progress, helping us on the way to where we are in the trophy now. So, look at the form table. We slipped right down there. We were like 3rd a few games ago. We're now 11th. Chesterfield are 13th. We've got 8 points from a possible 15, and Chesterfield I've got 7. So we are coming in similar form, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a huge one, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, though, Chesterfield, only 2 teams have conceded more than them this season, and they've let in 54 goals, which is a lot, and Notts have let in 33. And I think only Solihull have let less in. So, you've just got to hope that follows through into the game.
I think we're going to be looking to score some goals as well, because there's been a bit of a drought in the past few games.
It reminds me a bit of, if it could happen, Woking, when we won 4-0 at Woking. Things were looking bleak at that point. Fans were starting to get wound up, and then a 4-0 win.
Turned it around, didn't we?
If we could do something like that in this one.
Yeah, but that takes us on to players to watch. So I'm going to go straight in with a defender. Hayden Hollis, we know him fairly well. He's been at Notts. He's a decent defender, but we're just going to have to hope that he has a stinker.
Yeah.
And we slot 5 past him.
A slip in the last minute. Hayden Hollis
like Gerrard
in front of the cop.
Yeah.
It would be great. But yeah, hoping for a poor performance from him. Then looking further up the pitch, Scott Bowden, a midfielder. But yeah, he's someone you've probably heard of before. He's chipped in with 9 goals from midfield. He's an engine. He drives them forward. Very good player. We don't have Doyle. We have. I hope O'Brien's fit enough to come in, because it's going to have to be someone that's standing up to the challenge of dealing with Bowden. But we'll see who comes in. Hopefully not Crawford. Is the only other option. But and then a player to watch that's not really a player to watch.
Yeah.
Mike Fondop Talum, a striker. He has 10 goals this season, which is decent for a side down there. More than pretty much every one of our players. 10 goals, but he was sent off in the 90th minute. I believe he was even off the pitch in the incident against Sutton, and he's only served a 2-match ban. So unless being off the pitch changes something that I don't know about in the FA rules, he's suspended for this game.
Mm-hmm.
So that is massive to have their top scorer out at Meadow Lane. But yeah, there are 2 players to watch and 1 not to watch.
Moving on to team news for Notts now. It's a long list, isn't it, for team news? I'll kick it off with Doyle. He's obviously got another suspension. People may be thinking it's a 1-game suspension because it was a second yellow, but because he's had so many red cards.
Like his 15th red of the season.
I think it's his 16th. No, it's his 4th, isn't it?
Is it?
Might be his 5th.
I think it's his 3rd.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, he's got a 3-match ban anyway, because it's however many at the time he's been sent off. So, but as much as it shows lack of discipline, I think we're going to miss him massively. He's been so good since the start of the Christmas period. It'll be a huge loss, I think. But we'll move further down. So we've got Slocum as well. He's not back in training, so he's not going to be in against Chesterfield. McCrory, Bakayoko, Kelly Evans, all doubts to be in the starting lineup. I mean, they've all got strains. They're getting a bit stiff because of games, and you can see why. It's been a tough season so far. So
lacking fullbacks here.
yeah, and Booty, he's out for the long stretch as well. So
He's a player that could have filled in at fullback. He's played there for Aldershot.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we miss him anyway. That creativity in the middle.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we move on to the lineup as well, I'd like to say for people that might not know, the players that we have on loan at Chesterfield at the moment, so Tootle and Tyson, they won't be able to play against us because it is a clause in their contracts. So
yeah, obviously Fitzsimmons recalled.
Yeah, so that's one less thing to worry about. 'Cause I think Tyson's a good player.
Yeah, right. Fitzsimmons has in goal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't really say anything else about that one, can you?
No.
I'm surprised after Audley's presser after the game. He didn't say it directly, and he didn't really say anything against Fitzsimmons because he spilled the second one. It sounded a little bit like they were going to look to get a keeper, but obviously it hasn't happened. So
I think now we look for the right person though, which is good.
Yeah, no, it's good that it's not a snap decision and it's an educated decision. Yeah.
Centre backs Lacey and Rawlinson
pick themselves.
Yeah. Right back Brindley, not really any options.
Yeah.
Left back.
All being McCrory and Bakayoko on, it's going to have to be Bird, isn't it? I mean,
I could see that.
Why not?
Overlapping.
Why not?
Stunning.
Me and Osborne doing bits. No, I'm joking. I'd say Bird. If it's getting to that point where, because he has played at fullback, and so why not? He's a good player. I like Bird. I think he'd do a job.
I can't think off the top of my head of any other player that would slot him. No. Central midfield has to be Rose and Jim O'Brien. I think O'Brien, as I've already said, will be hungry to fill the spot of Doyle.
I'm just hoping he can get 90 minutes out of him.
Yeah, you know what? Even a Jim O'Brien for 65 minutes would be massive.
Yeah, it's not a bad replacement, is it?
But if he can't be involved in that, Crawford, when they've got players like Scott Bowden, you're gonna have to have a big performance from him.
You're gonna need to stand up against like a tough opponent as well. You know, you're gonna need to be physical, and I think for me anyway, Crawford lacks that a little bit.
Yeah. We saw that in one of the recent games. I think it was the Dagenham when Doyle scored from the halfway line. He was passenger for that. Yeah. Enzio, and it's got to be Roberts' home debut in a derby.
Yeah,
there's literally stuff a player dreams about.
Yeah.
Scoring the winner in a derby.
Yeah. I think he nearly got one against Dagenham as well.
Wonder save, wasn't it? Denied.
Yeah. We always get those, don't we, against us?
And then strikers. Wharton.
I'm going to say Wharton and Dennis. I think Dennis is going to be favoured to play against his former side.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't mind either. Dennis against his former side, but also Thomas, because I feel like this is the kind of game. If he was up for Dagenham in the FA Trophy, he's going to be up for that.
I was thinking about this the other day, like, when we signed Thomas, and I was like, why have we signed him? He's had a really bad track history of falling out with players, managers, and all that. But you look at him face value of what we've seen from him at Notts County. I mean, great player, seems to have a great attitude.
Channeled that aggression into on the pitch.
Yeah, I like him. He's done well. But
it's tough. There's a lot of injuries and suspension as well.
Yeah, there's loads.
So we'll go with our prediction.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think we're gonna end the bad run. I think we're gonna get a big win, 3-0.
I'm gonna go with 2-0 because their top scorer Fondop Talum is out, and I'm gonna say Dennis will score 2 goals.
That name rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does.
Fondop Talum. Right, we're going to add a little bit onto the end of this one. So we put out an Instagram on our story, score predictions from our followers. So I'm going to read a few out here. We've got Joshua Murphy, he put 1-0 Notts. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Can see that happening. Oliver Bordino, he's put 1-1. I think again.
I hope he's wrong.
I hope he's wrong, but recent form and recent form.
I don't think draw is good enough.
No, I think this is a bigger game than most people would be thinking.
Yeah.
Lewis Johnson, he's agreed with me, 3-0.
3-0.
Well done, Lewis.
I love a 3-0. So you're saying, well done, it's done and dusted, is it? 3-0?
Done and dusted, mate, 3-0.
Massive game. We need as many fans down as we can. I know it's on telly, but come on, you'd rather see it at the ground, surely. Yeah. just get as many people down there as we can. They're going to bring fans, they're going to make noise. And if Notts do get in a situation like where they go 1-0 down, that happens in Derby, it's going to need the fans behind them. So biggest game this season for me. Hope to see a few of you down at Meadow Lane on Saturday.